This is News Talk 610 CKTB, Niagara's place to talk.
21 minutes after 7 o'clock at News Talk 610 CKTB. Good morning. Joe Cahill is in for Tim Denis this morning. Joining me on the line right now, it's Rob Slessor from Slessor's AutoWorld over at Grimsby Way. Good morning, Rob.
Good morning, Joe. A pleasure to be on your show this morning.
It's great to talk to you this morning. And we hear news now, Rob, that the class action lawsuit against General Motors is going to continue. You and your family and company have settled. It's Slessor's AutoWorld now. First of all, how's the car business going these days?
Well, the car business is a challenge, but we continue to plug away at it after all these years.
Well, that's good. That's good. Of course, the settlement with the class action suit, it was settled. Let me ask you, just basically looking from the outside in now, has the entire structuring and the restructuring of General Motors, in your opinion, is it kind of going the way that they expected it? Is there any big surprises from your end of things, the way that things have kind of shaken down?
Well, I think that General Motors would have the public believe that everything's working the way they had planned it to be, but I disagree with that. I think that it's very easy for General Motors to show a profit when their liabilities were erased on their balance sheet, especially in the United States, on the backs of the dealers, their suppliers, and of course their consumers.
Mm-hmm. Because you were a Pontiac GMC dealer for since 1955, and that must have just been a bitter pill. And just certainly you were synonymous with the brand for so long in that area, in the area of Grimsby, and now you've had to reinvent yourself.
Exactly. We've completely reinvented our business, and it was devastating for our family, Joe. And we continue to make the best of it and move forward, put our relationship with General Motors behind us.
Is there anything that you can, can you take from what has happened? Is it something now, again, I know that you cannot comment because you have settled on the class action suit, but do you think that the remaining litigants, do they have any sort of, do they have any recourse? Do you think, can you see down the road them getting at least some sort of compensation or a fair and equitable settlement?
Oh, I think definitely that the ongoing litigation, the Trillium Motor World litigation, has an excellent chance for an outcome for these dealers. The wisdom is Justice Strady in certifying this action and allowing it to go to a class proceeding is a very important step for these dealers.
I know that some of the dealers at the time that were being basically taken away their GM franchise, they were offered a cash settlement. And again, I don't want to speak about your specifics, but in terms of your employees and the people that you've had with, I'm sure, for many, many years, have they been looked after in terms of your own operation in Grimsby there? Are things pretty much status quo like they were before when you were a General Motors dealer?
Well, we were very fortunate through the cooperation with my existing staff and everybody kind of buckling down and working with me through this problem. We were able to maintain most of our skilled technical trades and our administrative help. Our workforce came through relatively intact, and all were offered an opportunity to move forward with our new company.
Did you, in your wildest dreams, again, since 1955, Slessor Pontiac, did you ever in your wildest dreams think that day was going to happen where General Motors, regardless of the restructuring that happened, would say to you and the family that it's time to sever our relationship?
It never entered our realms of anticipation from the standpoint that every good business relationship is built on trust and integrity, and those the trust was destroyed in that announcement on May the 20th of 2009. It made it impossible for us to maintain our relationship going forward with General Motors.
But from the ashes, reborn, Slessor AutoWorld in Grimsby, and we wish you continued success and good luck down the road. I appreciate your time this morning, Rob.
Well, thank you so much, Joe. Pleasure as always, and stay in touch.
All right. There's Rob Slessor from Slessor AutoWorld now. That's what we're calling it, and that's what it is called, Slessor AutoWorld, Main Street in Grimsby. It's Joe in for Tim Denis. Good morning, 7:25, and minus 6 degrees at News Talk 610 CKTB.